somebody trying to have you killed?
Oh, Kevin, Wendy Williams' husband.
Allegedly.
According to the court documents, I'll say.
Okay, yes.
Break it down. Allegedly, break it down. Allegedly.
Well, Kevin never liked me and Wendy's friendship. And I think it's because when Wendy introduced me to Kevin, when she very first met him, he and I were sitting in the car together because she had gone in the store to get some gum. And we had a conversation, and I told him to take care of my friend. And he goes, no, when she makes it, I'm going to make it. I'm going to take care of her. I didn't like that. What you mean when she becomes a star, you're going to be right there? I didn't like that. And maybe it was harmless.
Right.
But no, it's not, because look how it ended up.
It's not harmless.
So I knew, and he knew. You know when your boyfriend, a bad boyfriend knows that girlfriend that sees him for what he is, he tried to keep her away.
Yeah.
And Wendy was so happy to have a Bulge, because remember back in the day when she used to be in the studio, she used to act like she had a security guard named Bulge, and she'd be like, Bulge, close the door. Let me tell you about Total. Bulge, close the door. There was never a Bulge.
It was Kevin.
Well, later on,
allegedly.
she married Kevin, and then he became her Bulge, right?
Okay.
Her protection. So when he told her not to talk to me, she used to sneak to talk to me. And so, And so it would come out later on that when she made her return to New York on 9/11, 2 weeks after the whole Aaliyah thing happened, Kevin didn't want her having any parts of me. And I guess it got to the point, because I wasn't backing down at that point. She would start saying slick stuff about me on air, and I would start saying stuff back. For many years, I did nothing. But I was tired of being a punk-ass bitch. And so I started saying stuff back, and he wanted to silence me. And so in the court documents, when their intern, Nicole, I think was her name,
Nicole, yep,
sued them, she came out and testified that he attempted to have a murder plot placed on Miss Jones. Now, 3 years ago, when me and Wendy Williams reunited, I think this was 2022 or 2022, we started hanging out. I'm spending the night at her house. She's driving all the way out to Manalapan to my house. Yeah. We still have the Ring camera as evidence. She told me, she goes, as far as Kev trying to have you murdered, he was just playing. He didn't mean it. But that doesn't mean he didn't say it. And that doesn't mean that someone who is trying to be in his graces, we see people now shooting and killing people because they think they're doing something in the spirit of, I got her. So how you playing? How you shooting?
How do you feel right now about the thing?
Y'all catch that? Y'all ain't catch
It
that.
was so regular.
Thanks, Jess. I was going to ask you, we went out to dinner with Wendy, and she said that she feels like what she's going through right now is because of all of the things that she said and things that have happened because of her karma, right?
She said that?
Yeah, she told me and Charlamagne that.
Oh, that's the first step. I feel like God was waiting for that. I feel like when she had the issues with her feet, spiritually, that was God teaching her about kicking people when they're down.
Yeah.
I said, of all the body parts to get affected, publicly be affected, because she couldn't hide from that.
Yeah.
That is you and God. Y'all got to work that out. You got to acknowledge that. Despite the fact that Kevin is the one that gave her the foot surgery. Y'all know about that, right? So
he a foot surgeon?
When they first got together, he was giving her foot surgery for her birthday. And she went on air, because I have the CD, I have all her things. And so she said, I don't know if I should be offended or grateful that my husband's getting me foot surgery for my birthday. But I'm researching the doctors, and I got an appointment this afternoon, and blah, 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 blah. So she went and had the foot surgery to have her bunions removed, right? This is many, many years ago. When this happened, when we got back together in 2022, she came in the room, woke me up, and she said, Jones, I want you to look at something. She pulled the robe up. She wear these elongated Versace robes. She'd buy 2 robes of the same pattern so that her tailor could cut the bottom and have it long to cover her legs. So she made me touch it. And she said, this is lymphedema. When I had the surgery, the doctor manipulated the nerve in my feet, my lymph nodes, the wrong way. And I said, well, that was years ago. She said, yeah, but it takes so many years for it to get like this. And so in my mind, I'm saying that he had you have that surgery. So just another way, he's tearing you down. Whether he knew it or I don't think he knew it. I think he really just wanted her to get rid of the bunions. But love my feet as they is.
Period.
Love all of that.